Right, okay, so if we've got to do something about saving all life on Earth and the planet itself, I want to tell you that we've got to think in a completely different way. We've got to forget everything we've been taught by society and think a whole new way of thinking. Okay, so this Earth is our only home in the entire universe. We've got nowhere else to go. We've got to look after it. So you may think to yourself, well, if this is what there is, why do the powers that be, who think they're so powerful, but of course are certainly nowhere near the power of the Earth itself, because the Earth can create, it can destroy. So why are all these world leaders dragging their feet? It's because of power. They think they've got the power. They think about the money, which really doesn't exist in our world at all. But I'm going to show you now exactly why they're not going to do anything to save this planet Earth for our children. Thank you.
Well, of course, it all comes down to world economy, which is actually based on oil, especially in the Western world, working with the eastern countries, with the oil fields in Texas, in Arabia and so on. And of course, oil then transforms into money. If we were able and allowed to run our cars on water, and if we were allowed to have our own solar panels, individual wind turbines, and even tanks to collect the water, who's going to make any profit? That's the big problem. That's why things are not going to change, and the politicians never will change things. They'd rather the Earth and everything on it die than to lose their fortunes and profits. That's what it's all about, I'm afraid. So we've got to think in a totally different way. Forget making money, and we've got to get to the stage where we look after each other rather than this obsession with profit and power. But you see, this is what we're up against. This way they get oil, well, how do they get oil? They have to clear the land, like they are here in a rainforest, to get the oil. So how does that go against what we're asking to save the planet? Ironic, really, isn't it?
Look at this, a good old British £10 note. It doesn't exist really. If you have a look at what it actually says, it says, the Bank of England promises to pay the bearer the sum of £10. It's a promissory note. It's not real money at all. And in actual fact, because money is man-made, in nature it really doesn't exist.
You know the old saying, Pete, the devil is in the detail.
That's all it's worth. That's all it's worth.
When we consider that we're just one of several planets all going round the sun in the solar system, and then there's several suns, stars around which have other planets, and there's the whole galaxy of the Milky Way, and then other galaxies in the universe, it just shows you that we, the politicians, the bankers, the money men, and money itself is of very little importance at all when you think of the vastness of space, and that's where the power is, not here on Earth. Capitalism encourages people to worship the false god that we know as money or currency or finance or economy. In actual fact, of course, those who have no money are more spiritual. These people are the ones that are ruining the earth by making money out of oil, out of cars, out of all the things that are killing the earth. You and I, who are the ordinary people and have nothing are the only ones that can save the world. Let's do it. Let's spurn the false god of monetary gain and take care of the earth itself, because the biggest cost would be to lose our own planet, the very planet that gave us life and can take life away from us. I urge everybody to turn your back on capitalism and join forces in making this a true people's world and work together so that we can all benefit, not just the few. Let us all become a part of one big happy international family and get rid of the money men. Let us turn our back on greed and let this be our vow for 2010. Thank you.
That's all it's worth.
That's all it's worth.